Hey, Gunny, hold on to my rod. Transport is coming in. I'm getting rid of the birds. I got a couple of grenades and blue is on the way. Okay, I think we have enough of that. Okay, a bit of commercial. Welcome to my channel, guys. Today we are doing a part 5F. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I need your support, guys. Subscribe, hit the bell and get notified. Thank you, guys. So without further ado, I think I put some background music, which is one of my beats. I think the usual one on the buggy. Get some background music on. Okay, then get the stand ready. Oh, today the weather is crap. It's still very dark, gloomy. It's, I think right now, what's the time? I think maybe about 2:30 p.m. But it's very dark. So give me a second, guys. Okay. Guess some artificial light is going. Can we do without this? Okay, I think we'll do without it. Okay, I think we are basically there. Okay, let's get going. Today the weather is very, very hot, despite the sun not showing. It's hot, it's humid, it's gloomy, it's sticky, and I'm working at my workbench without a t-shirt on. I'm bare-chested. Okay, so let's get back to this. To this view. I turned down the volume a bit. Okay. 2 goals today. Not to do the okay and the zoning out when my fingers are working. Okay, so yesterday there goes the okay again. Yesterday we stopped planting these grasses. Okay, right now there goes another okay. Okay, then actually we stop there, put Gunny here, then I do a drop test from Gunny at 2.5 feet. Okay, the result of the Gunny's drop test. Actually, after I switch off the video, the only thing that seems to have happened is actually this what we call shoulder pad. It came a waist down and it seemed to have tightened the arm to a non-proportionally skinny part. Then other than that, everything is okay. I was predicting the head will come off. I forget that actually I modified the head. Okay. Yeah, there goes another okay. I modified the head. Okay, I cut off the gumball, the ball at the joint here. Okay, drill, put a pin in. Drill a hole here, but it's not perfect. I hope you all can see it. Okay, the first hole I drilled was actually here, which is now plugged by a toothpick super glue, and then the second hole drill more to the center. This one, which is now holding the head. That's why the head never come off. I forgot about all this. Okay, for other than I think we get off. Other than that, yesterday I did highlight some greens over this side because this one takes overnight to dry. Then we'll weather from this part on, from this green on. Okay, after that I actually drill a hole to hold this rod, which is like that. That's another drop test, which is like that. Okay, another look at the diorama. Hopefully you can get the texturing of the TARMAC surface itself. Okay, something like that. Okay, so currently the diorama stand is in this state. Copper elses already pin glue everything to the ground. You can even pick up the man-made debris here, the orange color one that I mentioned yesterday. But so far, as this diorama base goes, it's actually, how should I describe it? Maybe less than $1 Singapore. Less than two. No. I think I placed it at less than $2.50, $3 Singapore dollars. The most expensive part actually turns out to be this IKEA cactus. Come in a set of 3 at $4.50. So this one is $1.60, 70 cents. This piece. All this is cardboard. This is a few cents of this what we call Daiso soft clay. The debris. Use gunny string for the this one. Then of course some real sticks from the garden. This is actually a cardboard. This is actually cardboard. I use this side. And this cupboard is also used. I think my son used it for some exhibition. So it's recycled. Okay, anyways, less than $3 Singapore diorama base finish. This spice turntable is actually my ex-kitchen item. My wife is going to throw it away. 2 of them. The other one is actually this one. Similar item. Okay. Can you pick it up? Okay, maybe higher a bit. Okay, this is another okay. sorry. Okay, the other item is actually the similar spice base. But for this one, I actually make it into another diorama. These two are also rangers. I don't know why. After some major build, I tend to do what I call bench work thinning exercise figure. That took something off my workbench here. As I was finishing another project, then I built a figure like that. Okay, for this one is actually, for this guy is actually I finished this one I think about 2 years back. Okay, 2 years back. This is actually not a 1/6 heat sculpt, but a 1/7 heat sculpt. It came raw, unpainted. Now, as you may recall, I told you guys that I don't do ice ball, which is what I do now. Here, sorry. What I do here. This is only white on black, 1 to 35th scale stuff. But this one is actually with all the wrinkles or what, I managed to hide some of the crime. Okay, 1 to 7 scale head sculpt, raw and made this way. Let me get it back to this one. And then this is this guy is actually also one of my first benchwork thinning builds also. Okay. Can you pick it up? This one was completed I think about 3 years back. Rambo itself is actually a rocky figure that I got it from a lot sale. With I think a grey t-shirt, a bell-bottom jeans, and a very pointy shoes or boots. I can't remember. So this one actually, after reworking, it turned out to be a Rambo. Okay, so I have two X spy trees. Okay, over these few days, I've sort of decided, okay, all these completed one that got done before I got into Facebook. Hey, sorry, can't speak. I zone out again. all these figures and diorama that I did before I got onto YouTube and posted in full multi-episode builds on the method of like this scratch build medallion holder, all these things. Even a shield. This shield is actually a belt buckle. All these things was actually described in full in multi-episode on Facebook. Now done live or doing live on YouTube in video. Okay. Back to what I was saying. Over these few days, I've decided now to post all these, reshoot all these and post it on YouTube. Last time when on Facebook, all the video was taken in this format. Facebook required this format to be turned into landscape format. So all these things will be reshot with my bad commentary, and then I have my son edit them and put some music like this buggy one into maybe perhaps 6-minute, 8-minute video on each one. Then hopefully I will sort out some links of this on Facebook and then put out in the commentary below, blah blah blah. Okay, so, another thing. In case any of you are interested, this is actually a candle stand. It's one of those, the 1990 items, racing cars. It's actually a candle stand. I show all this crap when I post this thing in again now on YouTube. Full builds already built. Okay, then now let's get back to Gunny. Let me put some of this away. Or do I need Elsa again? Okay. I think we need Elsa again. But I will wrong orientation. Now for Ellsworth, for these two figures, okay, that one here again. Sorry guys. Uncensored, uncut, raw. Okay, for these two figures, this is actually fully built, fully weathered, fully blah blah blah. This one is actually just past what I call the dry fitting stage. is mostly unweathered. But as you can see here, the feel, even the feel of both figures is different. I hope the camera can pick out this one. The feel of both is different. This figure belongs, like, is part of the surrounding, natural. This guy is not here, not there, you know those kind of things. So I try to explain some of this stuff that I actually explain on YouTube in text. Okay, when a figure is built, when a figure is built up with the uniform on, with the gear on, with everything on, that is what I call a base figure. Now with base figures, some accessory will be added on as a second layer, with maybe an extra shoot, an extra pack, some knee pads, all this, blah blah blah, maybe some weathering along the way. Now the final layer that actually I tend to go for, as explained on Facebook, is actually what I call personal comfort item. Things like a cigar, that fishing rod that belongs to elsewhere that I mentioned. Perhaps a pack of cigarettes, a pen, all these. These are actually what I call personal comfort items. Now, personal comfort items, I tend to go for those that tend to make you wonder and think. You just imagine a guy, an old Gunny, 3-color, but wearing a chocolate chip helmet from the Desert Storm era, all old sorts. Probably went to war in his first war in Grenada. After that Desert Storm, the second Desert Storm, maybe went over to Afghanistan or what. And then now he's the master gunnery sergeant. To have a gunnery sergeant sitting on a hot tarmac, waiting to be loaded onto a transport plane for his parachute drop, get bored out of his skull, and then be handed over a fishing rod. He's already bored, already tired, already thirsty, but instead of bringing him some, maybe another Perrier, also brought him a hot cigar and a fishing rod. This is actually what I call personal comfort item, which I can tell you it occurs in most of my figures and diorama. Okay, let's go on to this build to make this figure more of a feel of his surrounding. Okay, yesterday for this head sculpt, I actually went change over his helmet. The original one is actually this item. It's actually not era correct. As this era, as the tag indicate, is actually Alice pack era. They are still using the Molly, Alice system as opposed to the Molly setup. Wrong era, which I changed to this one. So actually, I did some of the work besides the rod off camera. Is this helmet? This is actually a very, very old 21st century helmet. I think it's 20 plus years old. Not much detail except for the cloth cover. Okay, to sit this correctly into a head at the correct height, I had this liner removed. Okay, remove from inside. You don't want to see me spending 5-7 minutes trying to get this thing out. So with this thing out, the helmet can sit lower, more natural. With the characteristic of this area a bit more wider, a bit more lower. This is actually a bicycle inner tube. Where did I throw it? Where did I throw my length of bicycle inner tube? Sorry, I can't find it. But anyways, it's a piece of bicycle inner tube. Where is it? Sorry, it's nowhere to be found. One of those 1.95 inch to 2.21 inch inner tube. Okay, just trim off a section. Choose the correct section. Then you notice there are ribs here. I just reverse it to get the smoother under surface. Put it on. Actually super glue this part, but not the rest yet. Okay, this part is super glue. Okay, or did I super glue it yet? No. So basically, we have it like that. The contour of the fold to highlight this. Of course, as this thing goes, my SOP get some creases in as a extra detailing. Okay, some super glue to hold the. You don't have for this one. It don't have to be glued on to the helmet itself, but just to harden the material to hold the shape. Okay, some here to hold the shape. Hold the basic shape. Believe it or not, to believe it or not, to get to this stage, it actually took me, including here, about half an hour. You don't want to see this on tape, but it's simple enough. Later we'll get on to detail this. Okay, for the head sculpt itself, it's an old dragon. Started out something like that. I think these two are basically of the same guy. I think it still has the dragon's eye. See, you can pick up. Okay, it still had the dragon's eye, but the lines immediately surrounding the eyeball is actually a pickup to make the dragon eyeballs are more natural. And of course the instant frogging of the beard, which I showed on previous episode. So let's begin. I'll take off this one and reinstate them later. And of course this one that actually dug into the shoulder. See, right now it's chicken leg thin. It actually came down. Maybe later I'll squeeze in some cotton to this part. Okay, we'll get on with the weathering first. How deep are we in yet? First 25 minutes 36 seconds. Sorry. I got sidetracked again. Okay, I think today we'll start with weathering of this one. Hopefully end this thing at maybe the 45 minutes mark. Ought to be a fast one. This is actually my paintbrush cleaning thinner. So we'll start with this. Very, very dirty. We shall start with this. With a brush, not my good brush, but one of my not so good brush. Okay, so as I said off camera, I need this light green dried overnight, so I did off camera. So for this one, we'll go over the seams, every seam, bring around the color, let it soak into the seam. Some of the creases. Later we'll go over the same area with a darker shade or black wash if necessary. Okay. In some of the crease under the pockets. Edges, especially the what we call the hemlines or whatever. How do you call it? Hemline? Okay. The stitches. No. Okay, onto this side. Same pocket underneath, some stitching. I think before I end this video, I show you how I attach the patches. Now, as most of you or any newcomers will experience, those Velcro fill and loops looks great in person, in scale, but it doesn't quite work in scale. They'll go on good, but over time the patch itself will tear out from the tiny patch of Velcro and fall off. Sorry, I'm zoning out again. I am zoning out again. Okay, some of the lines, the crease. Behind. The seats of the pants. The all important what do you call this? Hemline, butting line? What is it? Especially the sewing thread. You know why the sewing thread? Because sewing thread tend to be nylon. No matter how faded, how aged your this 1/6 item tend to be, they'll remain clean and fresh. Like this BDU, this set of BDU, I think it belongs to Toy City. Yeah, it belongs to Toy City. How long ago was that? But the nylon thread are still very new. Okay, so we'll go with this, then go over the parachute with this, with same solution or another solution, because believe it or not, I'm running out. Okay, what we call the parachute webbing, the same. The stitches, the webbing, the stitches. Now there's actually no hard and fast rule to doing washes and dry brushing. These two actually you do it one way or the other. Repeat the same thing if need to, reverse the order if need to. Everyone has their own techniques, but I can tell you, once you've got your own techniques down, it's actually very relaxing, very satisfying. Now when I was doing Facebook, I tend to do this with my eyes on the very same monitor, watching YouTube. My eyes on YouTube, my feet are up on the bed here, and I will just dab away. It's actually surprisingly relaxing once you got your technique on. Okay, so we have come to this stage. Okay, so I think I have just enough to do some flicks, which I will end this thing here. Do I have enough for this? No, I think we'll end this thing here, mix some more color, then continue. Okay, so again, my usual techniques. After getting this on, see, I can get some older ones. These are the older used thinner. Yeah, that I pour on here. Okay, these are actually the darker one, different shade. But it's basically from this same bottle also, just a different batch. Yeah, it's darker. Use paint thinner. Also color inside, ranging from blue to red to green to even silver. There's no hard and fast color to washes. Even right now, I've trouble figuring out those already ready-made bottles of washes. I think from Tamiya or some other brand. Sorry, I don't keep tab of this thing because I actually don't need them. But when I first come across them on my return about 3 years back to Scale Hobby, I was actually quite dumbfounded by washes. Nowadays they actually have bottled washes. But of course, being some of the hobby for some 30 plus years and coming back, I'm actually consider myself a newbie. But that's what I thought. How many? 3 years back? 4 years back? I think it's 3 years back. When I first encountered all this type of washes. Okay, the same thing. Roughly flick everything. Don't worry about big or small. Treat this as your practice to flicking. Oh, right now the vid is on to TA Outdoors. I think he has 1.4 million subscribers. Currently, how many I have? 63. I got 63 subscribers. Thank you guys for your subscription. I actually start posting on YouTube, not YouTube, on this this Facebook because like what I said in another episode, keeping any build model of any scale in Singapore is actually quite difficult. So when I came back, I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll get some take some photograph as reference, maybe store it somewhere. But being this tech dinosaur, I wasn't into hard drive, all these things. So I was thinking maybe Facebook from one of the followers that I keep on pestering and sending him photograph. He said, hey, maybe you should try Facebook. So I started posting on Facebook mostly for my record. Original, I think I primarily posted in military figures corp until something very, very strange happened. Suddenly, I was not subscribed to this military figure corp anymore. Automatically, you know. I lost all access to all the posting, all the photograph that I uploaded down there. Everything. So later I hit on the idea of starting my own group on this Facebook. I think I had that going actually primarily also to use it for my own personal storage. So over the past 1 year plus, primarily on my own posting, build posting, I think I got about 840 subscribers so far. But things are not to be. Right now, as it turns out, my data at this Facebook is running out. So I'm trying YouTube. I think it's the last thing I'll try. Right now I'm about 860. My hands are shaky. My eyeballs are bad. All these things, figures, everything are getting too expensive. And then I will keep on going. Sorry, I got zoned out again. I'll keep this thing going as far as I could. Maybe some. Okay, I think I still have some residue inside here. I think it's grayish residue or greenish residue. Yep. Okay, it's greenish, grayish, but I think it's too thick. So I'll thin down my used paintbrush cleaning thinner with new thinner. Get the solution correct, then we'll continue with all these. See the gunk inside. Yeah, let's get more gunk out.
Well, here we go. This is progress finished for today. What we've got?
I think I'll throw away this set later. I have more empty paint bottles. Yeah, I think it's mostly up. So right now it's turning into a brownish, greenish shade. And maybe get some of the blacks out. Or maybe we will hold the black. Okay, so we'll continue somewhere here. Okay, different kind of shade. Try to diffuse some of the green with black, maybe. No, there's actually, like what I said, there's actually no hard and fast rule of doing this one.
Yeah, we're trying to use
just have a sense of where the shadow is needed.
I was saying that it's like a jungle. It's almost like being in a jungle. When it rains, we've had a lot of rain. When it's raining, it feels like a jungle, like a rainforest. So it's really cool. We're really taking camp.
There I got zone out again. Okay, actually for the first mention of all this one that I remember coming across is from one of the books of the great Shepherd Pine, Shepherd Payne. The first grandmaster of plastic modeling, I think. The first, just imagine, the first grandmaster. I got one of his books which I actually treat it as a Bible and still using his golden rule until today. And I got the book I think in 1979, 80, 81. It's still somewhere in my house, but I don't know where is it. If I come across it, I'll show it to you guys.
And then I'm going to make a picture of the main trunk, which is going to be
okay, anyways, come to all these washers, dry brushes, all this one. The late great Shepherd Pine actually mentioned that in scale modeling, even light, natural light, needs a helping hand. Okay, so more flicks here and there. I think we'll call this session done. So behind the pens. No, you may find it funny if when this guy sitting down, why do I need to do the back? It's actually it's like, you know, the thing about the thing is already molded in plastic green. Why do you still need to paint it green? It's something like that. Okay, more towards the pocket, that all some of the lines that I have missed, or is done too thinly. Okay, and of course underneath the pocket, where the much shadow is needed. Okay, so we have come to something like that. But surprisingly, the green that I did yesterday was still the same. Not here, not there. So maybe we'll go over the whole thing with. Hopefully you'll get the color, get the greens. dissolve and somewhat fills in. If not, we'll do it the another way. We'll get a different shade of green and dry brush on. There's no hard and fast method to what we call washes and dry brushing. So anyway, now come to think of it, we have come to another missed spot. Okay, not this, but the helmet itself. Where did I put the head sculpt? The what? Oh, precisely the helmet. The head sculpt is here. Get it out of the way. So we'll do the same thing here. The seams. The creases, the shadows, can't speak. 5 o'clock shadow part, which is under the sun. Okay, the shadows. And of course, some freaks before we get to detail all this. Because some items like finer fibers, if you were to do washes, then some of the fibers might be fused together. So a few dot here, a few dot there. Okay, even for this one, you can even tie up the cloth a bit. Okay, not short enough. Might even tie up the cloth a bit. You know, tie up the cloth a bit. After all, Gunny has been in so many theatres, so many wars. Okay, something like that. Then of course with a newly exposed fibers, more washes. Just to tone everything down. It's there. But it won't look as if it's done today. It's done maybe 10 years ago, 8 years ago. Yeah, I think sorry, get it out of my mouth. We'll do a big one here, or a bigger one here. Go in script. Yeah, we'll do a bigger one here. Okay. Put some wash to how do you describe it? Edge the edges of the fabric. Okay, some darker, almost black. Some what we call gunpowder, although right now it's smokeless. Maybe some artillery shell soot here and there. Or maybe a rocket launcher, what are the anti-tank rocket blast soot here and there, and we have some sort of a weathered helmet. Let's see how it goes. I should have done this thing, dry fitting. I made a boo-boo. What boo-boo? You know the super glue that I apply here to hold this thing into shape. It actually we create what we call a bump here, and it pushes the helmet backwards. Sheesh. Can it be crammed down?
rather than nice and
Cramp down.
flying.
Make the bump disappear, or I have it cut off, maybe?
The car fine committee, yeah,
Maybe we reached.
nice.
Seems to not be able to be reached. Such are the wonders of raw, uncut footage.
Depends really on the cost of living prices.
Not to, for me personally, doing this thing in video form actually saves me a lot of time.
Got our ashboard roof.
You know, for this Facebook, every posting I've done on Facebook, I have to spend 2 or 3 times as long. A session like that that now takes how long? 50 minutes. Besides taking the photograph, the video, posting it on YouTube takes me about 3 hours, more than 3 hours. It actually saved me a lot of time, personally. Okay, so right now we have a Gunny with a weathered helmet, ready to be further detailed. So as I was talking to you, I am zoning out again. Okay, as I was telling to this helmet, all this stuff is starting to dry off. There's still some vapors, but it's basically dry off. So right now basically we have a suitably weathered figure. Okay, it's not exactly that he has come in from the field or battle or whatever. This guy is sitting on the tarmac, waiting to go out. So most of his gear will be either new, fresh, or worn. So that's not much of an issue. So I think, oh my god, 52 minutes. So I think I'll end the session here. I'll end the session here. Then we'll pick it up tomorrow. So hopefully tomorrow we'll get some patches on. Super detail this one. Super detail this one. Get this color blended in properly. Okay, let's see. You see, no, like this. The green is not that standing out, but it's more blended in, stuff like that. So if this thing doesn't work,
That's another level.
another dry brushing with a different shade of green. No hard and fast rule to whether you do dry brushing first and do washes, but you must do washes first before you do dry brushing. No. Okay. Things like this white brand new what do you call this one? Breathing hole is now somewhat weathered. Little things like that, you know. The buttons, the splashes, the sweat underneath the the armpits, it's all there. But just remember, this guy is not coming in from the field or battle. He's going out. So far, he's not that weather beaten, dirty or whatever. Okay, let me show you something about this 1999 old dragon body with the original hair sculpt. Hear that?
This taking cover.
1999, 2002. A 23-year-old body
And then the solid structure. Yeah, we went to the cabin just to put an idea in.
from Dragon DML
We're stage 2, but it was so worth
Okay.
it because I was just going to say.
with the original
Why don't they-
DML hair sculpt, something like that. Work into something like that.
It was unbelievable, and it was there were big little colour things, weren't there? It's got a lot of
Okay,
ice all over the-
I think we'll end the session here.
But what we're going to wrap
But
up
before
the
we
episode,
go,
we've kind of done what we needed.
Another commercial.
Probably more as well. But yeah, essentially that was the episode, the camp kitchen. So
Okay, we have TA outdoors here.
From there's loads of tables there, guys. Going down some storms over the winter.
My commercial.
Just laying up from this.
Okay guys,
Some of
please
it's
subscribe to my
partially
YouTube channel.
and I'm using that as a frame. Some of it is really bad.
Okay, I need your support guys,
I'm trying to utilise those resources with
so that you get notified.
so
Please subscribe, get notified, hit the bell, and I'll see you in the next episode. Good Lord, I honestly didn't think a simple thing like that would take 56 minutes and 0.4 seconds. Okay, we're ending here guys. See you in the next episode.